everybody. Today I'm here with Terry Mitropoulos, who's been dubbed Australia's Miracle Man. And welcome, Terry. You've been on such a journey. You've survived and thrived against really shocking odds, let's face it. Tell us about your story and what you've been through.
Thanks, Melody. Geez.
Let's start from the beginning. Many years ago, you were diagnosed with a brain tumour. You had a 5% chance of surviving that.
Correct.
So what happened from that point? Take it from there.
So allow me to take it that one step back. When I was diagnosed with a brain tumour, my medical team told me that I would have a recovery between 3 to 4 months. Thinking that after the 4th month period that I will regain my way of living. But unfortunately it didn't happen that way. I ended up having 13 brain and spinal surgeries. And through the course of all these surgeries I also lost my vision and my hearing. And whilst in hospital I then did contract a superbug, which then I was only given 5% chance of any survival. I was on a cocktail of 72 drugs a day. My body could only handle so much. Before then I also endured a stroke. My medical team also introduced a drug to be able to combat the superbug. It did kill the bug, but it also fried my central nervous system, which then had left me a paraplegic. I was in disbelief. This is in a period of now 2 years from where my life was to where it is and how it's turned out to be. In a wheelchair, unable to use my hands and my legs. Wow.
You were also, you lost your sight and your hearing as well, didn't you?
Correct. And all I had was just a sense of feeling, knowing that whose hand I was touching. It was geez, a lot of this journey is nearly indescribable in the sense of how I can best express it.
You're doing so very well though, Terry. And thank you for sharing your story. So it really was a case of you had this brain tumour, but it was the superbug that caused all the terrible, long-lasting complications for you.
Correct. So
how long did you end up having to stay in hospital? And how were you when you eventually got out of hospital?
So, in a nutshell, I was near 4 years in hospital.
Wow.
So after the second year in hospital, I was then transferred to a medical rehab centre. I was only weighing 48 kilos, wheelchair bound and unable to walk. I had lost the use of my hands and my legs. I had lost all muscle mass. I remember being spoon-fed in bed, I was washed in bed, I was hoisted in and out of bed. My life had become nothing but bed.
Wow.
I just realised at that point I'd become a vegetable. This is when the practitioners all came together and they looked at me with their clipboard and said to me, Terry, you're not going to walk again. Being discharged near the 4th year, disheartened, in disbelief. I just couldn't believe how my life has. I remember me walking down the stairs of my house and now I'm being bunny hopped down the stairs and wheelchaired, and you're getting all these flashes and all these memories how you used to live and how it is. But through this journey of these 4 years, I come to realise that there's more than one way to get to 10. And I knew there's always other ways. So I felt that, you know what, put your own team together. And that's what I did. I went and sourced my own strength and conditioning coaches, my own trainers, my own physiotherapists, myotherapist, occupational therapist, acupuncturist. I just put this team together. And this is a team that's going to enable me to be able to regain my life back. And in 6 months, I removed myself from the wheelchair to the walker.
So let's talk about that. Just if I could interrupt you there
Sure.
for a moment. You're a paraplegic?
Correct.
It's very unusual that someone actually recover from that. What kind of journey, how did you do that? How are you walking again? It's astonishing.
I like to share initially that you need to have faith. Faith up above, I call this God. Faith within yourself, but also faith in others. And collectively, I suppose I'm the result of it. So this is the formula of my life, to life. Believe in yourself, believe in others, find people that believe in you also, and believe in the high power. And I think in conjunction with the three, anything is possible.
So you actually learnt how to walk again, but I understand that you walk with your eyes.
And I still do.
Explain that to me. So you can't actually feel
the
yourself.
lower half of my body. So I use my eyes to see where my next step will go, or my peripheral vision will allow it and guide me where I need to go. On the way here, walking up the steps, I just need the extra support for that vision. But my eyes are everything. I have a good friend, Moise. He's actually a blind man, and I look at him and how he is able to walk with no vision. And I was thinking, how interesting. A man that doesn't have no eyes, or that he can walk. But if I lose my vision, I've lost everything.
You obviously regained most of your vision, did you, after coming out of hospital?
I still am visually impaired, but I can say my vision is good enough for me to drive.
That's great, that's great. So you did something astonishing, really. You set off on a walk.
Yes.
From Melbourne to Adelaide, is that correct?
Correct. So
and that was back in 2019. You walked from Adelaide to Melbourne.
768 kilometres, 1,752,000 steps in 42 days.
Wow. How on earth, what was that journey like for you, that walk? So I just want to clarify that. Was it from Adelaide to Melbourne or Melbourne to Adelaide?
Yeah, Adelaide to Melbourne.
Adelaide to Melbourne.
Yes.
Tell me about that journey. I mean, it must be burnt in your mind. What an amazing journey. Tell me about that journey.
This journey, I had to take it back. The reason why I chose to do this mammoth walk, I had to embrace on what we've achieved. I didn't just want to be heard, I also wanted to be seen. But more importantly, I had to bold it, I had to underline, I had to highlight it, our achievements. How when we are all working together, look what we can achieve. So I did say to myself, walk from suburb to suburb, work from town to town. No, let's walk from state to state. And through my experiences, through my pain and suffering, but through the help and love of others, bringing everyone in together, this journey was not just remarkable just for me, but for all people that supported the Walk and Shine.
And that was to support mental health.
Mental health, of course, yes.
Obviously, of course, it's very close to your heart because since the walk, you've been looking at it a little bit more closely.
As in the walk in itself, or me moving forward?
You moving forward.
So, grateful enough, I was offered a scholarship from Australian Institute of Professional Counselling to study counselling to become a counsellor. And I just find that with all my experiences and my studies combined will be a really good package that I do feel that in combination of both that I could be helping people. If I'm able to also make the Walk and Shine as its own charity, as its own entity as a charity, that's something that I would say in the future I'll be working towards too.
That's terrific, Terry, and I guess you've become such an inspiration to so many people, and it's obvious to me that you really want to give back to the community and you want to share your journey, and now you've got the opportunity to do that as a counsellor. So how are things looking for you now moving forward? You must be quite excited about this next stage in your life.
It is. For me now it's about fulfilling my studies. I'm also speaking to schools. I'm doing keynote speaking, empowering young lives, highlighting and embracing not just mental health, but also about the importance and the value of each other, how when we are all working together, look what we can achieve. How knowing that I've got someone alongside me, we can take it further together than what I can do on my own.
You're such an inspiration, Terry. My hat goes off to you, really. You've been through so much, you've been on such a journey. Do you think you will do another one of those walks? Is that on the cards at all?
I like the question. And it's funny enough you brought it up. It was only a couple of days ago, I literally had an itch.
Wow, there you go.
I had an itch, and for me now it's about securing my family, complete my studies. Once that all comes together, then I think there's something on the cards. Yes.
If you could just wrap this interview up by giving one message to people, anybody out there who might be facing a very difficult time, challenges in their life, perhaps different to your own, but facing that dark time, what would you say to them if you had to say anything?
What's important is the people that do need this help, they need to be surrounded with the right people, because I do find they're the people, the ones that are actually going to make a difference in their lives. Because when someone's in a dark room, they don't know where the light switch is. They need someone to come in through the door and turn on the light switch for them. So being surrounded with the right people, I do believe they're the ones that will make a difference to their lives. So I actually want to highlight that the people that are watching this segment is not the people that do need the help, are the people that can offer that help, because they're the ones that are going to help and inspire the people that are in need.
Yeah, that's a really powerful message. We all need each other, don't we, Terry?
Absolutely, absolutely. All my achievements was in combination of everyone together. Otherwise, this thing wouldn't have been possible.
Well, no wonder they call you the Miracle Man, and we're so very lucky to have you with us today. Thank you very much, and please stay in touch with us and let us know how you're going in the next phase of your journey.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Adelaide.
Thank you, Terry.